Audio test. Audio test. Okay, sounds good. Chell, Robo, how's it going? Gonna get the game started up real quick. Am I selling AP isomags? I don't have any isomags up on the market. Terrible. Leslie Nielsen and the burning building background meme. Nothing to see here, pretty much. Yeah, so it looks like that's in relation to the Star Trek Day stuff that they're doing. I don't know how long that's going to be in the C store, but you know, free tokens is always nice to see. I forgot to grab the patch before starting everything up. Okay, that's finally done. Duration of the event, gotcha. Okay. So the no-win scenario event is active as of the patch today on PC. This event is stupidly easy to do. The space version of it, Kobayashi Maru, that one's pretty easy. I personally prefer to just do Sompek on ground. To me, the Kobayashi Maru, the no-win scenario, like this current version of no-win, the Kobayashi Maru, I just personally think is not good. I've never really been a fan of it, so I probably am just going to focus on the ground side. Peekaboo. Terrible. My niece still goes crazy about that. She goes nuts whenever I just hop around the corner and say peekaboo. She goes crazy. David, how's it going? Exotic. Dwayne, how's it going? Yeah, it's not difficult to do at all. Okay, so my endeavors are even all ground focused, so I'm going to swap over to ground specs. So I'm going to go commando secondary and was it temporal primary? Is what people usually do. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it's temporal primary, commando secondary. Okay, I'm gonna do Arena of Sompek, the event queue here. Just gonna do the public queue of it because it's just so insanely fast. Rolling isomag stats, 200k to lithium and 30k salvage later. Yeah, it can be brutal. Spencer went full commando. Terrible. So, I am still using the 7900 XTX. It's still in my computer. I literally, like 2 days ago, finally got NVIDIA to approve an RMA for my 3090. So I've only just gotten the shipping label in the last 24 hours. So I don't know when I'm going to be getting that card back. But I'm conflicted as to whether or not I want to keep the 7900 XTX. I know I posted on the Discord yesterday that I, was going to return it. But with my old motherboard, processor, RAM, and an older driver version for the GPU, like things have mostly been stable. I did have like one little crash, but I was able to play Battlefield 2042 for a couple hours last night with no issues at all. So I'm conflicted because like this is definitely a higher performing card than the 3090. My plan was just to RMA the 3090 and then sell the replacement. But the crashes were worrying me. But if those are resolved, if that was just an issue with that new motherboard that I got, and and the newer drivers, then that's not difficult to solve. Yeah, this is Sompek is very, very easy to do. Theo, how's it going? Like, all you have to do is do 7 rounds, and I'm thinking we're already at 4. Ground build videos incoming? No, I don't care about ground that much. Build videos suck to do, in general. Pretty much, like, ground is super easy to set up. That's literally it. The daily's done. Sompek round 7, like, really is not that difficult.
You fought with honor, despite the odds. I look forward to watching your next efforts in the arena.
Yeah, Isamags are a really good dill sync for sure. Tried Elite Sompek solo, it was hell. On the space side, I really hate the Kobayashi Maru event. I miss the old Noin, and I'm sad that they took it away. I mean, I understand it was an older map, but I don't see why they didn't at least like leave the old Noin in as a private only option. Like that map still exists in the game. Like it's still in the code. It would just be a matter of them making it so we can just run it private. That way people could still get like the Kirk's protege title. Yeah. Yeah, there's a free tier 6 token in the promo tab of the C store for the next 21 days. Yeah, Maru is like the thing just flies into enemies. Like I just don't care. Yeah, they tweeted about the Dilex having issues. STO has sucked all the joy and fun out of Spencer. It's sad to see a beaten man like this. Terrible. Yeah, it's they tweeted about the Dilex. So I wonder if I go in and let's say I want to post some dill up. Can I even withdraw it afterwards? Let's find out. I'll put 25k there. I'm gonna swap characters. Sorry for the question about other games. With O game, I want to do more. It's a matter of like I don't really have. I mean, there's some like basic beginner guide stuff that I could most certainly do for that game. But one of the big issues I've had is that my main account, the one that I've shown in all the prior videos, that account still has not been updated to have life forms added for it. So like that they announced that a year ago and it's still not there. They only just rolled out version 10 to that server, so hopefully soon. I would like to do O game stuff soon. It's just been a matter of things have been pretty slow because they've been really slow to roll out their update. What was I swapping characters for? Does this event add to event campaign progress? Yeah. The no-win event is part of the year-long event campaign. So if you are trying to go through and get progress for the event campaign, then yes, this will get you your progress. I know it's a matter of I was going to show something else. I was going through characters yesterday for Nicholas and I realized this character when I looked at the bank, I was like, wait, there's seriously just a stack of all these hanger pet consoles here. There's even phaser ones. Like I probably tossed these in the very first day that the advanced consoles came out, and then I completely forgot about them. Does this character have salvage? No, it does not. Well, that's a rip. Alan, how's it going? They changed the exchange back to where it was again. Did they really? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Let's be real. Like, it wouldn't surprise me with them. Cryptic's version control with releases for the game is not good. I know it's something that they've been trying to improve, but yeah, okay, so yeah, I can't withdraw from the exchange. Um, I know they've been trying to work on version control for a while, but they're just not there yet. But it's still they're still better than they were a couple years ago. So yeah, the Protostar Omni does actually have a proc. They lied in the blog. They straight up said that the only thing special about it was the visuals, but it has a 2.5% chance for +5 weapon power. That'll be good for alts, but it's, it's not going to be game changing. Okay, let's buy something off the exchange just to, I mean, I already know it's based on what you guys are saying that they've screwed it up again, but I want to just show. How many ice mag fragments do I need? I need 4. Yep, back into the mail. A keybind. Okay, so that still works. Yeah, that's annoying. I did see something about how it says that the reward, it mentions the covert. Yeah, clearly the description's got like a copy and paste from the covert. Yeah, but it does actually have a proc. They just, they lied in the blog. The blog was very inaccurate. It is, I have a picture of it here. Let me make sure I do not show DMs on stream. Where is it? There we go. Thank you to Bridger for getting the tooltips right away. Here's the tooltip for the beam. The proc on it is this 2.5% chance plus 5 weapon power for 10 seconds, and that can stack up to 5 times. But because it's a 2.5% chance to proc, it'll probably never actually stack. Yeah, it's just plus 5 weapon power. It's not plus 5 max, it's just plus 5. Do we know if the shield does anything yet? I have a tooltip for that also. So here's the shield array. When you have a shield facing that has low capacity, it will have higher regeneration. That's the special thing about this. Plus 2, up to plus 27.5 shield regen for that shield facing. I mean, that's cool. I'm not really sure that's gonna be enough to warrant literally anyone going out and using this. Would that surprise you, Cosmin? Like, you know how it is with Stow is there seems to be a lot of copy and paste. Here is the warp core. The special thing about this is that it gives you a turn bonus when your throttle is below 50%, and it'll give you a power bonus when your throttle is above 50%. Okay. What is the plus? Yeah, so let me take a picture of this so I can just break this down for you. So, like, looking at a weapon like this, but hopefully you guys do not hear the lawnmower outside. But looking at a weapon like this, looking at the procs here, this is from a duty officer. This 4% crit severity, that's a DOF. This 4%, that's a DOF. This is a DOF. This 2 targets. This is probably from like a beta or something, so you can ignore that. Basically, the only special thing about this beam that is unique to this beam is this 2.5% chance plus 5 weapon power for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Rob, how's it going, man? Or are you talking about something else? 10% chance per 5 seconds plus 10. I didn't even see this. My bad. I thought you were talking about the weapons. I'm still waking up. 10% chance for 5 seconds plus 10 all weapon or all power settings for 10 seconds when receiving energy damage. So I guess yeah, that's just an innate proc on the shields also. Yeah, I got you. I messed up. Yeah, the robo the robo voices because the OBS is going to try to filter out the background when that pops up, so it'll sound like that. Terrible, Rob. So yeah, this may just be another secondary effect of the shield as you get power. That doesn't look, that great though. If it's just one stack of plus 10 power, I mean that's okay. Really decent at like a more budget level. Realistically, the issue you run into with this Protostar, core and shield is: are you really going to drop your discovery rep, 2-piece for them? Like, are you going to drop the discovery War and Shield, which have a two-piece that gives you 120% hull regen. Are you gonna drop that huge survivability boost for a little bit of shield regen? Probably not. Yeah. Why is this blinking? Oh yeah, and there is a set bonus to this all, so let me pop that up real quick. Oh wait, that was on the... Here we go. So if you recall, the two-piece for this gives crit chance for, it said for exotics once when you were at higher throttle, and you also get shield drain resistance with the two-piece. So I've heard some of the numbers I've heard is that the crit chance caps out at 3%. I don't really think that that's too crazy. Ravco, thank you for the casual membership. Very much appreciated. So yeah, the two-piece and the three-piece I still don't think are really that crazy. The three-piece is basically more of a like a meme or like a gimmick thing to use. Because it's a barrel roll and then launches a warp core at the target. I just don't think this new set is anything crazy to go about. What is the friendship going for? 1.3. I probably am not going to get the friendship today. With all the PC stuff I've been troubleshooting in the past week, I just have not really spent much time playing the market. When we lose our warp core, do we lose all power and stop moving? I don't believe so. I mean, warp cores initially weren't even a thing in the game. No, I think that any potential visuals mark would probably happen in a hypothetical, lockbox. Yeah, I feel like that would be the cryptic way, is that if there was visuals, they would put it into a lockbox or the Lobby store. That's my personal thoughts on it. Terrible. Okay. Um, let me go get my other. Let me go do this heal health ground endeavor quick. Is that warp core that was supposed to be installed next Tuesday? Yeah. While I've got this ground endeavor going, I'm gonna check out the latest news and hope that this lawnmower, stops going right outside the window. Yeah, but could you imagine, like, you would hope that they wouldn't do a lockbox for that, but could you imagine if they put a ship from a kids show into a lockbox? Could you imagine that? Cryptic would never do such a thing. MF, how's it going? Wish that long coat wasn't locked behind the lifetime membership. Yeah, the lifetime has some really weird limitations like that. Okay, let me pop open the news and let's see what's going on. Let's see here. So we have bonus to Lithium Week, Star Trek Day, that's active. For those of us on PC, it's a bonus still week. I haven't looked at the console side yet. Yeah, so no new mentions about anything changing with the Dill event. We have a key and Lobby sale. Is this just 20%? Yeah, just 20%. Okay. The key and Lobby sale is running up until August 14th. Strike from Shadows better than improved critical systems? Yeah, I'd say so. Because Strike from Shadows is also giving you there's some secondary perks to it, whereas the improved critical systems is just a small crit chance and severity stat boost. Rubica, how's it going? Mark, terrible. With Strange New Worlds Gorn having tails, will we get a tail add-on? And if so, will it be in the C store lockbox? Probably have to wait and see what they do next year with like a. I don't think they're. I don't know. I don't know if they would do a Strange New Worlds lockbox. For that, I almost wonder if it would just be an Infinity Edition. I don't know, because you figure we're probably still going to be getting a Picard lockbox, like another one, and I think that's going to have the Shrike in it. But I don't think anymore. My impression is that we're not going to be seeing the Shrike as a lockbox ship here, with the new lockbox that comes next month. My impression is we're seeing something else, and I think those of you out there can probably put two and two together as to what I'm thinking the next lockbox is. Let me turn down this ambient noise too in the game. Where is it at? Is the Red Angel suit worth it? 75% off seems quite decent. It's a fun thing to use, but I don't necessarily think it's worth, like $30 personally. But if you like how it looks, then it is something fun to mess around with, and it can be used on low level alts to level up a little bit easier. So, Spencer, why do you tell us things that the blog's already put out? Yeah, I did have a comment like that last week, Rob, and it was. I don't think the person could understand that what I was trying to say about, people don't always read blogs. Yeah, I mean, then definitely Mac, if you enjoy ground stuff, it's a fun thing to mess around with. Is the Dillax broken? Yes, they tweeted about it. The Dillax is broken. I wish, Mark. I wish. Spencer trying to say Sagan is the real no-win scenario. Also, Spencer's internet. Terrible. Well, don't forget also the computer. Dude, I've been having nothing but bad luck with computers recently. So I've got the 3090 RMA started, but the 7900 XTX I've been having like nothing but trouble with for the past month. Now, right now, everything seems to be fine, but that's not, nothing's guaranteed. Now, I had bought a secondary power supply, the same model that I have, and I was I was going through and checking it out. Let me download this video quick. I'll play this, but like I've been having issues with this other motherboard, the new one that I got. So I bought a new power supply, and now either that power supply or that motherboard are screwed up. I don't know which. Let me pop this open quick. Let me turn the display cap off for a moment. Why is the game that small? I do not know. STO. Yeah, both probably screwed up. Be my luck. Downloads. VLC. Yes, always use VLC. Okay, so I just bought this EVGA 1000G. Okay, let's go back to display capture. So I bought this replacement power supply. And what happened when I tried to turn it on with that new motherboard I got is that the light would go on. Like you could see the the green light's on the back of the power supply, and it's the same as the one that I have in my main computer, and the lights are on this motherboard, the X670E one. But when I go and turn the power supply on, take a listen to it. I can see that the motherboard is getting power. However, when I actually go and hit the power button, like, I'm guessing, like, there's either something wrong with that power supply or with that X670E motherboard. So that's the latest fun tech issue I've been going through. But like, it's making this just clicking noise, which I assume is, you know, no good. So I unplugged that pretty quickly, and I bought that power supply used off eBay, and I'll probably just return it to the seller. The fan did turn when so here's the thing. When I had it hooked up to that motherboard, it did that. But when I plugged in just a little 24-pin jumper to trick the power supply into turning on, it stayed on. Yeah, no, that's not a good noise, yeah. So right now I'm back on the old motherboard, processor, RAM, and that is an insanely stable setup. So I've got the new processor, motherboard, RAM combo out. Just just waiting to get tested a bit more. I don't do social media, so you are my news info channel. And GPU, terrible. Just got my hands on an i7 4790. Still a good processor. Yeah, I bought it from a seller that, like, it's a store that tests things and all that before selling them on eBay, so I was hopeful, but clearly I may have been wrong there. Sounds like it may have an intermittent short. Yeah. Okay, so the patch notes today were just a bunch of fixes, and clearly some fixes didn't actually happen. The one of the big things from this patch today is that the Cyclone can now use the Nadion saturation bomb. What do I think is better for the Akron? CSV3. I mean, CSV3 is always going to win. The thing is, when it comes to like energy weapons, like there's cannon scatter volley, and then there is literally every other firing mode. Cannon scatter volley is in a league of its own, and the reason for that is because of how piloting based it is. Is Cryptic aware of the EC exchange as well? Honestly, Dwayne, I do not know. I don't know what Cryptic is or is not aware of. Yeah, it's CSV is what I always default to. Yeah, unfortunately, Cryptic's monetization approaches mean that they want you to spend lots of money. You know, just think, the cost of the flashback bundle would be enough to get you Starfield, or you know, another 1 to 2 AAA games. What's up with the red alert right now? It's running for like another hour. T5 coupon, anything worth grabbing? The GM, if you have a tier 6 ship that you really like and there's a tier 5 version of it, maybe take a look at a at the T5 one, just to see if there's a console off of it that maybe helps with the set. Tamer, thank you so much. 6 master keys, it's gambling time. As a casual, wouldn't Beam Overload be better? You know my thoughts on Beam Overload. I can't stand it. Yeah, the Excelsior, I think is what you're talking about, that has like a transwarp console on it. if they buffed fall, I mean, for fire at will, if they just took it down to 15-second global cooldown, that would help quite a bit. Carillion Blade, how's it going? Yeah. Cowboy Rob. Gamble, gamble. I believe. I believe. And again, thank you for the keys there. I believe. ESD number 2. Go with it. I believed, and then Cryptic ripped it all away. Spencer, would I have a good Cheval build, especially for traits and rep? I know there was a comment about the Cheval the other day that I don't know if that was you or not. What I was going to respond to that comment with is that the Cheval build that I have is extremely it's very niche focused. The Cheval setup that I was using was set up explicitly for like side nuking ISC. So it was set up to do a large burst of damage and then F off, basically. It was set up to nuke one part of the map and then get the hell out of there. Like that was the entire point of it, basically. I can show you that build real quick if you want. But it's again, it was a fairly niche use case, probably not one that, well, I guess I did use it in HSE also. Instant Smith. Yeah, so this Cheval is set up more of as like a tort boat. It's also it's a mindless setup because I didn't want to cause any despawn issues in infected. Basically, I was just going in, buffing up, and nuking part of the map. I don't think the Maelstrom changes are live yet. But yeah, this was the EBM, the Delphic Torp, 2 Maelstroms, pretty much standard like deflector, engine, core shield, like colony, competitive engines, then disco 2-piece, and then the secondary deflector is a deteriorating. And I think this one's from the fleet colony because it has a projectile buff on it. The aft weapons were just basically whatever I had. The ultimate Omni from the Lobby store that has a special effect on it where whenever you get a crit, it guarantees the proc goes off. And it also has a plus 1% crit chance buff on it. Then just other whatever like turrets I had laying around. And then the rest of it's set up basically like a tort build, so Lorca console plus some exploiters, Bozeman, DPRM, covert warhead module off the Eagle, the VAQ console off the Texas, emulating phase lance for universal designs, phase space membrane for the tort buff, binaural. It's basically just a full on tort build. And yeah, here's the traits if you wanted to take a picture then, Patrick. And stations. What was nice about the Cheval, especially for like that Torp nuke setup, is I could still do some size stuff on it, but I could also do a lot of torpedo stuff. With the Maelstroms on it, I should probably swap this over to a Torp spread though, because Maelstroms always did better under Torp spread rather than high yield. Mac, if you're using a dual beam bank setup, then keeping your face towards the enemy is fine. Yeah, no problem, Patrick. Oh, and duty officers. I don't remember what I had on. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Yeah, whenever I'm using, so I I don't run beam overload setups that often, but when I do, I usually use that D7 temporal battle cruiser with a dual beam bank setup. I think I grabbed the wrong D7. I did. Rip. Hold on. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the Maelstrom ends up. Right now it looks like it's still got some issues over on Tribble with the changes they did. In fact, let me pull that up. Support. I know Warp Core. Um, Game Freaks did a bunch of testing, and I'll include a link to this in chat because there's just a lot to this. But Game Freaks was going through testing the Maelstrom quite a bit over on Tribble, and basically the summary is that with the changes that they're wanting to push out for the Maelstrom, it looks like it is actually um putting it above what its like original damage was. So I think Game Freaks was saying he thinks he could get like I forget what hit out of a torp spread. The point is it's doing a lot right now on Tribble. Psycho Chicken, how's it going? Oh yeah, I was gonna check console. Console gets an upgrade event, and that's literally the only news for console. So yeah. Um just got the Kelvin D7, can't wait to use Ruin. I haven't watched the most recent 3 episodes for Strange New Worlds, but from what I understand, it sounds like the Gorn are going to be playing an even bigger role moving forward there. I This night, I think he was showing parses with even more damage than that. Game Freaks was getting a lot out of the Maelstrom over on Tribble. Let's see here. What ship do I want to use? I guess Fleet Cyclone and grab the Nadion Saturation Bomb and see how it does. Except I don't have a phaser set up on this. I wish with the Nadion Saturation Bomb they would have made it so just any ship could use it. Find out about upgrade event after upgrading a couple advanced engineer consoles. Yeah, that's how it usually goes. Textures look a little bit low res right there. I think that may have just been the angle I was looking at the ship from. I don't know if it's this specific ship or what, but the quality, like looking at it from certain angles, just looked really low res. Well, yeah, I was gonna craft an isomag earlier. Hi, why does no one recommend to get the Constitution Merrick Worker Flight Deck Cruiser as the yearly reward or from the event campaign? Um, Hung, the issue with that is when you're looking at the Merrick Worker flight deck carriers, you can either get the Discovery Constitution or you can get the D7. The D7 and the Disco Connie have basically the exact same stats, but the difference lies in the secondary benefits of the ships. So things like the trait. The trait off of the D7, which that was in the recommendations. The reason the D7 gets so much attention versus the Disco Connie is because of the starship trait that it has. The Ruin of Our Enemies is a very good trait that you get off the D7. There is also the fact that there is a legendary version of the Discovery Connie. So if you have the 10th anniversary bundle, then you can go through and you can get the. Is this the right one? Yeah, so you can get the Discovery Connie in a legendary form on account wide unlock through the 10th bundle. It's a little bit different stat wise, but that legendary one does get you the trait and console off of the Connie. So a lot of people have the 10th bundle, and if you have the 10th bundle, you have basically the same ship on account wide unlock already. Yeah. Low spec PC, terrible textures. I know, terrible. Okay, let's get some crafting done here. I need some EC. ISO mag, do I get a good one? You guys already know the answer. It's gonna screw me over. Do I get a good ISO mag? Let's see. What does chat think? I did. I got a plasma one. Nice. It worked. Okay. Yeah, invite sent. Some traits need to be more account accessible. Yeah, it is ridiculous to me that they haven't went through and like put something in the Mud store or the Phoenix store where you can apply, like get a token, put it in there for like $75 in the Mud store or something, where you can use that on a premium ship to make that premium ship account wide. Like I know there's the Muds bundles, but I'm surprised that they haven't just went through and given a way to buy an unlock to make a ship account wide. Spencer, needing your advice on getting a fleet signed ship. I was thinking of Nautilus or Oberth. Then I saw a video from you where you mentioned the Lucario Junior Scout ship and was going to get it, but the fleet of that tune is not high enough. Psycho Chicken, is that your only character in that fleet? Because you could just temporarily leave that fleet, grab the ship, and then go back to your fleet. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me why there isn't like a token, even if it was an epic token. Like imagine you had to get an epic token to make a ship an account wide unlock. You know what's gonna happen if I have to go through and or if there's a way for me to make a ship's account wide unlocks by just getting an epic token, you know what's gonna happen? I'd be ripping all the Phoenix packs. Megla? Is that a Megla right there? That's a good troll account. I like that. That is a really good troll account. How new is this? About join July 30th. Okay. Yeah. Megla, great troll account. I really enjoy that. But yeah, Psycho Chicken, and for anyone else, if you're on PC and you need access to a certain fleet ship, um, the Breakfast Club, the fleet that I'm in, we have no issue with people temporarily joining to grab things from the fleet stores. You of course have to bring your fleet credits and fleet ship modules and all that, but we have no issue with people joining and even just temporarily to go through and grab a ship. No issue. It's the only tune in that fleet. Oof. Gotcha. Um, chat store on console messed up for anyone else. Saying I purchased cylindrical weapons, never did. Weird. Initial thoughts on the Protostar set. Um, it's difficult, Zenkethy. Like shield regen, cool, but are you really going to want to drop your discovery rep, core, and shield for the set? Probably not. The other issue that I have with, even if this set is good, if it ends up being good, the issue that I have with like giving this set long-term recommendation is the fact that it's only available for the next 30 days, really, or not even that. Afterwards, the only way to get it is to buy it or wait for it to be put into the mud store sometime in 2025. Um, I mean, so like as a budget level set, I think sure it's certainly fine. I mean, having that Omni available right off the bat for your alts be very handy, but um as for if I would use the set too much, I don't think so. Can I show the Justicar? Yes, I can. So you want to see something in the Tailor? Let me head over there. Would it be possible to show the Justiceer, Justicar? With the pylons which point up, Sentinel and Vanguard. Wondering how Protostar that would look. I mean, if you're wanting Protostar, visuals on a ship, I mean, I guess this is close. Oh, I'm like, why isn't this changing? Is there a like an actual? Yes, there's an actual Vandy shield applied to it. Okay, that makes sense. Everything makes sense now. Protostar at home, terrible. What are the Protostar shield visuals in space? I don't know. Is the Lucari Journer decent? It seems so. Yeah, the Lucari Journer is a pretty solid ship. Yeah. All my hopes and dreams just faded with this GPU. AMD bug report tool. AMD software detected that a driver timeout has occurred on your system. Terrible. I've lost the ship. Hold on. I mean, at least like the crash wasn't most severe. I don't know. I mean, I think the Justice era you can make it look fine with different things. I mean, for me, I don't remember which one that I used to use. It was either, I think it was the emissaries, what I had on this thing way back in the day. I don't know, Mark. Can you come back in a month and ask that again? Might have a better answer for you. So we know how this, that'll give time for us to go through and unlock the set and see what the visuals actually look like. They're going to be restarting the game here in 10 minutes, probably to fix the dilithium exchange issues. What it means when they say that is it's basically they're going to quickly restart them. Because right now you can't pull your dilithium out of the exchange. What hole mat does the emissary have? It defaults to type 2. Legacy token buyout. Basically, the legacy token buyouts are because back in the day, the events did not have this event interface. So back in the day, events worked like a reputation in that when you wanted to go through and submit your progress, there would be an event reputation, and you would have to insert your daily progress into the project that you had slotted. So if you still have some of those daily progress things sitting in your inventory from back then, you can use those to progress through the event faster. Yes, there is a free tier 6X token in the promo tab of the C store. So definitely make sure to go through and claim that if you have not done so already. Oh, that's a good point. Good point, Dwayne. I should probably go post a couple of those up on the market. Short. So right now the exchange is back to how it was working a couple weeks ago. In that when you buy stuff, it gets mailed to you. So they screwed that up. Greg, it's going well. Only one driver crash so far this stream. It's really a shame because like I was saying earlier, I was able to play games perfectly fine last night. I played Battlefield for a couple hours, not a single crash compared to what I was experiencing a while back, but just had a driver timeout in the stream here. Are they going to fix it? Probably, but probably not fast. I think we're going to have to wait. I apparently need to do polar on damage, and what better to do polar on damage than the Magellan Staff? You know, the Magellan Staff is a very budget-friendly weapon. It only costs 200 Lobi, and it is literally a copy and paste of a 50 Lobi item. But it's got different visuals, so they could charge 200 Lobi for it. Yeah, I did see a 75% mud sale. If there was a 75% mud sale on the bundle, then I'd be going crazy about that, but it's just the space and ground items that are 75% off. Yeah, Zor, that's exactly it. Sarcasm is strong with this one, yes. Quite happy with the 10th bundle so far. Yeah, the 10th bundle, to be clear, there's not a ton of like meta ships in it, but you get so many solid platforms. Like they're all solid ships. They're all capable, and you're getting all of the traits and consoles off the prior versions of those ships. It's really nice. Yeah, it's see the Magellan staff 160 Lobby. I'm just being critical of it for exactly those reasons. Is because I want to make sure I'm the only person that has the Magellan staff, you know. I would disagree, Chell. The Glen is pretty good. Yeah, they're restarting the servers here momentarily. You guys know what this means, right? The Kellids. The Kellids are 20% off. All of the costumes are 20% off. Just think of all the characters that I could put the replica Grand Nagus outfit on. PlayStation Legendary Sale, they removed the 10th bundle 2 hours before everything else Legendary. RIP. Zat Vash Rifle is surprisingly good. I think when I tried it, I wasn't too impressed with it. It did look cool. Kalijah, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Very much appreciated. Hope you're feeling better. To recap too, we have a server restart about to happen because right now you cannot withdraw dilithium from the exchange. So they are going through and fixing that ASAP, I imagine. Justin, honestly, I know a lot of people are very unhappy about the 11th bundle, but I as weird as it is, I got more use out of the 11th bundle than I have the 10th for my specific playstyle. Again, Kalijah, thank you so much. I know content the past week too has not been at the pace I was aiming for. Um, I've just been bashing my head up against a wall with the various tech issues, like initially I was thinking it's just the GPU, and then the other day that new motherboard would not post at all. It went on to a boot loop, so just been dealing with those tech issues. Got the old stuff in again, like I was saying earlier. Um, I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with that new motherboard. The new power supply I got seems to be having issues like I showed before. There's lots of tech issues. 650 Lobby from it, yeah. Yep. The Excelsior, the Ambassador, and the Vorcha are all good ships. Yeah, that is true, Axel. The 10th does get you a lot of options with all the traits and all that it has. Thank you, Short. So let's see, is it back up yet? Nope. Cheops, thank you. Is Tribble on? Yeah, I mean, I think Tribble would be on, but I will have to close the game for that. Yeah, I can try to go to Tribble. Yeah, the Ambassador, the Legendary one, is the only one that can do SS3 and Recursive one, yeah. 12th or 13th? You see, the only draw to me for the 12th bundle is sad. When it comes to the actual ships, I think the 13th bundle is better. Finally pulled an Excelsior 2, nice. Elijah, I'm glad to help where I can. I did a fresh Windows reinstall the other day. So I don't actually have my main. I have my SSD that has my normal stow install in that other motherboard right now, which is currently sitting over on my bed, in the motherboard box. So I'm gonna have to re-download Tribble to go over on Tribble. So it'll take a minute. Let's see here. Ranger, I think that's a question a lot of us ask. They need to put up super weapon ingenuity for account wide unlock already. Indeed, Dustin. Yeah, Cheops, it has, but there are situations where you may still want to consider it. The issue is once you have those better traits, you don't really have room for it. Like that's one of the things I've been saying, for a while is we have so many good traits that we need more trait slots if they want us to keep buying things. Like the weapon emitter overcharge or whatever off the Vodwar Juggernaut, that's really good. It's just you don't have room for it. But if you're on like an isomag setup, maybe you'd want to drop something for it, but then what are you dropping? Are you dropping Calm Before the Storm? And then that's a questionable choice. Servers back up already? Yeah, let's go back to holodeck. Tribble's taking a while to download. If we had like 10 trait slots, it'd be different. MSI Tomahawk B760 was on sale for 140. Nice. Legendary Vorchar great. Yeah. STO can reset the server after a patch update. Yeah, Arc Megos, that is what they were resetting the game for, supposedly, is to fix the Dilex issues. Can I withdraw dilithium from the exchange? Yes, no. That was concerning for a couple seconds. There we go. It's fixed. They fixed it. Did I see you get a B550 Aorus Elite V2 motherboard? No. My main, like my old setup, the thing that I've been using for a long time, is an X570 Aorus Master. The new motherboard that I got is an X670E Aorus Master. I got a really good deal on a combo of the 7950X with that motherboard. And I think My suspicion is that the newer BIOS that I got for that motherboard has screwed it up some way. Like the problem is I just care about the stupid traits and consoles, and a few weapons, and the items I want are packaged in ultra expensive Space Barbie packages. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone knows the monetization in this game is not great. Fool's Indie Muds bundle. I wish they would do something like that, but they already have some of the Zindy ships in the Mud store in other bundles. Like they don't have it out right now, but like the Zindy Briostress, that's already in a bundle. Is the player exchange fixed? Let's find out. Let me grab some EC. Let's buy an ISOMAG console because I just love re-engineering consoles, you know. It's so much fun. Are there people actually crafting these things at Mark 12? I I have things I want to say, but it's not stream safe. Why would you craft them at Mark 12? This doesn't make sense. Why? Why would you do this? That's just painful to see. So you don't craft the isomags at Mark 12 because if you craft them at Mark 2, it's substantially cheaper, but you also have an easier time upgrading them if they're at Mark 12. Or Mark 2, I mean. Mark 2. Jeez, I can't English. I'm going to buy the cheapest Epic isomag off the exchange and re-engineer it and just see what I can pull from it. So I'm going to buy this stealth one here, 45 mil OP modifier on it, and now re-engineer it. So I've seen a lot of people um, going out. Wait, did that go right into my inventory too? I didn't even like. I honestly wasn't even paying attention. Okay, good. They fixed the exchange stuff too. Good. So the exchange is putting stuff right into your inventory as it should have been. But when people are going after the isomags, the most popular modifier is phaser. But you have a bunch of people going out and buying these PHA ones. These are phaser resistance. It has to actually spell out phaser in order to give you the phaser damage bonus. So people are buying these phaser resistance ones, not realizing their resistance, and people are legitimately like paying a large sum of EC for these. Like, let's see, what is this one worth here? There's 135, 50. It's crazy to me. Now, I'm going to put this up. What is the cheapest phaser? Cheapest phaser isomag right now that is epic is 87 mil. I'm going to put this up and I want to see if it sells. I'm going to put it up for 80. None of you buy it. I want to see if if someone actually buys that. I missed a couple comments in chat. Additional starship and space trade slots would be great if only Cryptic would listen. Yeah, I mean, it's time for like another T6X style upgrade, to be honest. Yeah, they restarted the server. Sejuk is fine with the monetization. Terrible. Oh, Domingo, that sucks. You got kicked during the red alert, and then you come back into the game and the red alert's gone. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, T6. There's a T6X token in the promo tab of the C store. Make sure to go through and claim it if you have not done so already. Where did it go? Yeah, you've got 21 days to claim it. Gambling, yay, endgame content. EAS, how's it going? Want the Mirror Warship to end up in a bundle so it can become account unlocked. Love it. Yeah, the Mirror Warship on account wide unlock would be great. Yeah, Mark, that's just the general disconnect Cryptic has with like how people actually play the game. Like some of the mods bundles just don't make sense. They're just some of the mods bundles you look at them and it's like who is asking for this, you know? Anyone else pissed that Strange New Worlds ended on a cliffhanger? I haven't even watched it yet. I'm really far behind in chat. It did go right to your inventory, yeah. I still can't claim my dilithium in the exchange. I have 300,000 refined. Please help. If you're still having issues getting your dilithium out of the exchange, then I would suggest making a post because I can go through and I can claim mine right there. Like it's working again now that the server's restarted. Let's see. I'm gonna troll you by giving you my EC. Terrible. Is 15% off keys a good sale? It's pretty much standard. Ginger Russ, I have still been having some issues. Not as many as I was having previously, but there's definitely still been a few hiccups here or there. I will probably grab like a DisplayPort 2.1 cable or like an HDMI 2.1 to try with this card at some point, but you know, if I'm just dealing with like one driver timeout that doesn't even like fully crash the computer like in a stream, I mean I can manage that. Should I buy out the Protostar set? No. EAS, honestly, the Protostar set, that's a lot of money to buy it out. You can get it for free, you know, just by playing the event out. The only reason that I would buy out this event is if you are super far behind on your event campaign and you really want to get as much progress as possible. If you buy out the no-win event today, before you even play it a single time, you will immediately get 700 event campaign progress. And then each day of the event, you can go through and get another 50 progress. So if you buy it out and then play the event for the entire duration of the event, that is a good way for you to get caught up on the event campaign. Yeah, 55% or 15% on keys is not a crazy good deal. It's just their standard. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Zor. 250 progress away from getting the event campaign reward. So you're 5 days away, Justin. Yeah, I wouldn't pay for that if you're that close. Barely just play for the next couple of days. Yeah, and if you're just going for the dilithium, it never makes sense to buy out the events because you will spend more than you will get back. If I wanted the Gorn Raider as a campaign reward, I assume, yeah, it'll be in the event campaign box for event campaign 6. So the event campaign box for this year does not have the Gorn Hunter as an option in it. Can I get a good modifier on this isomag? Yes, no. For some reason, I did see something about people going for torpedo modifiers on these isomag consoles, and it doesn't make sense to me because weapon power does not impact your torpedoes. In fact, most of the high-end torp boats run no weapon power and they run everything in aux. So if you're doing a torp build, isomags, you shouldn't even be considering them. They literally do nothing for you. What are beams isomags selling for? 28 mil? Oh, we gotta keep gambling. Gotta keep gambling. EPG, what's that going for? Should be nothing, but someone's probably buying them up. Okay, good. It's low value. Still debating on the Lobby or a promo lockbox ship. If I take the 1500 Lobby, I would have 2200 Lobby total to spend on stuff. That's a lot of consoles. Yeah. The Lobby, I mean, especially if you're patient and you wait for Lobby sales, you can get a lot out of that Lobby. Really, my issue with the Lobby is people going out and then just grabbing a Lobby ship with it to sell on the exchange. Like, these premium ships cost upwards of 1.5 billion, right? And people are going with the Lobby, and then they're burning 2/3 of the Lobby, or half if they wait for a sale. But they're burning half the Lobby to get a Lobby ship that's going to sell for 300 mil. That just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, Chops, yeah. No one has been able to explain it, yeah. It just doesn't make sense. Res all? No, I don't want any resistance. Phaser, there we go. I got a phaser. Phaser mod, the actual phaser mod. Let's go. Oh, we gotta upgrade this too. So when I'm going through and upgrading stuff, the way that I usually go about it is I'll grab like a superior experimental like upgrade. So the engineering one is what I want here. Engineering. So I want an engineering experimental upgrade. I'll just buy one here. Use that. Use a major research boost. And then that's a 20% chance to go up to ultra rare quality. Does it screw me over? It's screwing me over. Okay. Back to Phoenix. It's up to Mark 15 Epic. And it's going to eat all the upgrades. Wow. That was brutal. That was a rough one. Dustin, I saw your comment about the Kirk. I'll get back to you in a minute on that. Yeah, if you're going explicitly after Lobby space sets, then yeah, I mean there's a lot of really neat stuff in the Lobby store. And if you are like if ships aren't your main concern and you're just wanting to be able to go out and grab like the Baul set for your tank or the ultimate set for your do build or one of these other sets, the Delphic stuff for your torp boat. Like if you're going out and picking or you're going after some of these other things, then yeah, the Lobby makes sense. Goodbye upgrades, yeah. I'm spaceport, didn't you know? I do wish we had an upgrade week though. I really want to go through and upgrade some of these consoles in my inventory. So I may have a couple phaser isomags. I think I have more than what's currently on the market. Um, so the Kirk. Let's take a look at the Kirk because I haven't looked at it in a while. To get the D7, you have to open the box on Klingon. You at least have to have cross faction flying unlocked. Jeff, can I can't open Tribble right now, but if I could open Tribble, I would show you um that you can get the Klingon ship on a Fed character. Okay, Kirk. Oh, this is gonna be I forgot. I have a Kirk, but I thought so highly of the Kirk class that I may or may not have dry docked it. I need to find some other random ship to dry dock at least temporarily. Oh, this can just go. I don't need this thing anymore. Okay, goodbye, Noble. Uh yeah, ignore the name of the Kirk. Um yeah, I was a big fan of this ship. Ignore the name. Um so with the Kirk class, it's a bit difficult, you know, because the seating on it was never spectacular. Like in an ideal world, if I could make this ensign tack like a universal, that would help the ship out quite a bit. Alternatively, had this just had this ensign been like just removed and this lieutenant made a lieutenant commander and just had the four bridge officers, I think this would have been a better ship. But they wouldn't have done that because that would have made it too close to the original TOS Connie. No, you cannot get the pen mod on crafted wide arc and omni beams. Last I tested, I don't think they've ever fixed that, and I don't know if they ever will. Yeah, KDF side is the way to go. So I had this ship set up as like a torp boat, but I clearly haven't used it in a very long time. Um, if I was setting this up for energy weapons, like CSV, I would have one of the temporal abilities here, which I can't slot because I don't have that bridge off set to temporal right now. Um, I would have one of the temporal abilities here, do recursive 3 still. If you were doing CSV3 or CSV2, what could you do here? Beta. You see, the issue with this is you just run into the classic conundrum of there just being too much low level engineering seating. You could do like a torp spread 2, do gravel 3. I mean, this would work if you were doing like a CSV build. This right here with this lieutenant engineer swapped over to something else, like one of the temporal uncons, that would honestly work pretty well. But I still think, you know, given what the ship costs, that it just is not a good performer. I mean, yeah, you can make it perfectly fine. Perfect is a little bit too far, but you can make it work. You can make it do something. Too much compromise for the price tag, yeah. Yeah, definitely. With a ship like this, you would use Vincent Kish to have a chance to increase the cannon scatter volley up to rank 3. I'm really surprised in general that more people don't use that duty officer. I feel like it just never got too widespread of just people just didn't learn about it. Vincent Kish, you can get him from a DOF pack a bit cheaper than what you can buy him for individually, but this duty officer has a chance to upgrade any energy firing mode to the next rank. So if you have Beam Overload 2 on your build, this would have a chance to upgrade it to Beam Overload 3. But it's only a 25% chance and you can only run one of them. Yeah, the issue with the Kirk is it's just so much compromise, and it costs 1.5 billion EC. You should not have to compromise things so much to make it work. It just the layout on it just not optimal. I mean, I've mentioned the isomags how many times, and the isomags are still dirt cheap. I wish I could sell Agent Nerul, but unfortunately, Agent Nerul is only available from the Delta Pack and immediately binds upon pickup. Million. Or no, the Kirk cost like 1.5 bill because it is a promo ship. The isomags, I mean, I'd like for them to cost a bill per, but you know, I'm maybe a bit biased in that regard. Um, right now, isomags, you know, cheapest are 25. Whoever's crafting these at Mark 12, please stop. Stop wasting your resources. But they cost so much more to craft there. Like just to show. If I go through and I try to craft a like one of the hangar pet consoles here, look at the cost to craft it at Mark II. Basically next to nothing, right? Like you need the advanced little fragment, and then you need 2 of these common materials, dirt cheap. If you crafted it at Mark 12, though, look at what the cost goes up to. Now all of a sudden you need these other components, including some of the very rare ones, and those very rare ones, you know, in some cases those have a fairly high cost. So you're spending all these extra resources to just make the console more expensive on your part. It just doesn't make sense to me. You craft consoles at Mark II and you call it a day. Let's see here. Time to get my daily in to start the event. Michael, what do I think of the Theseus class? I play it on console and have not seen anyone using it. I got one a couple weeks ago. I played around with it and like immediately like was just not that satisfied with it. Personally, if you have an Infinity ship box to use, I think the Delkina is a much better platform. The Theseus, the trait on it is too just too situational. You have to be using the American worker ship to really be able to use the trait. The console was nothing that special when I played around with it. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, here we go. Like the Theseus isn't a terrible ship, but it's also not perfect. The bridge officer setup I was not really that satisfied with. I mean, you can make it work. Just for me, I just ended up not being the biggest fan of the ship. I thought the Delkina, which is the ship that I frequently use, I just thought the Delkina was just the better platform between the two. Just got my event prize ship, the Temporal Light Cruiser. Yeah, the Temporal Light Cruiser, the Temporal Tavaro or whatever it's called, Talis, the Temporal Talis, and then the Temporal D7. That all three of those ships have been incredibly good. I've been hoping for a long time that they do a Muds bundle with those, because that would be a Muds bundle that I would probably pick up. I've made comments before that I don't really like to put money into these games as a service things anymore, but the reason I still put money into Stowe is because I, at the end of the day, I can use the excuse that the YouTube covers it. I can say I'm going to use it for content on the YouTube and all that, but I feel like Stowe is the one game that I have as like an exception where I am willing to put money into it, just because I've been playing it such a long time and it's been just such a core game that I always come back to when I get burnt out on other games. Sunk cost fallacy, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Theseus, definitely. It's more for the fans of that comic than fans of Stowe. It's addiction, yes. My Klingon recruit is just over 90k Endeavor XP away from the 100k needed to unlock 10% Endeavor XP. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, getting that boost is huge. Yeah, it really is. It's with STO, you always I always just find that even when I get tired of Stowe and I go and play other games, I always find myself coming back to Stowe. Martin, how's it going? Yeah. It's an addiction, absolutely grim. But yeah, the Theseus, it's a good ship. It's just for the money. I would rather, if you're looking for a platform that is like a destroyer type ship, I'd probably go for the Delkina instead. I think the Delkina is an incredible platform. And if you're just looking for, if you have a T6 box and you're looking for something to open up, some new ways to play, maybe the Gorin Hunter. The Gorin Hunter has a trade on it that makes Plasma extremely competitive, and I would argue better than Phaser or Disruptor in Elite content, because it's basically every time you shoot a plasma energy weapon at a target or a torpedo, you're applying basically a guaranteed stack of that plasma fire dot to the target. So that Gorn trait has hugely impacted plasma, and in content where targets can live a long time, plasma is really good. Really, really good. Does that boost stack with more than one KDF recruit? No, Rebecca, it doesn't. Stockholm Syndrome? Yes, that's pretty much how I feel still. They've got me. Voyager, you're not inviting Psycho Chicken? Wait, Psycho Chicken, didn't you say you're already in TBC? So here's a tip for anyone. If you are in a fleet and you have an alt that you want to invite, if you go into your chat on the character that is in that fleet and you type in /guild invite and then you put your alt's name in quotations there, so the character name and the @ handle, if you do that, you can also invite your own alts. So if I wanted to go through and let's say if I wanted to invite, my casual SAB character to this fleet, I would just type in casual SAB @ Spencer B96, put it in the brackets, and I'd be able to invite it. So long as you have the ability in your fleet, so long as your rank has permission to invite to fleet, you'll be able to invite your own alts. And some fleets, like the Breakfast Club, even have it set up so that if you're promoted, you can go through and promote your own alts once you've invited them. So there's if the fleet is set up in a user-friendly way, then you can invite your own alts and promote your own alts. /guild_invite with the character name and @ handle in quotes. Spencer, do you have an extra Infinity box to trade by keys? No, unfortunately, Martin, I do not. The only box that I have on me right now is a promo ship box, and that is being reserved for whatever the next promo ship is. I was saying to McStud and Nick about this the other night. It took too many promo packs to get that promo box, so with it taking like 140, I'm definitely going to be using this one myself. And unfortunately, I do not have a T6 ship box on me. If I get a ship from the event campaign, I would consider the Delkina for one of my 2 Romulan characters, probably my Delta recruit over my, the Delkina. I like it. I've been playing Stowe since closed beta before Cryptic was even involved. Terradome, yeah, it's just a nice game to be able to always go back to. And I see Grim was typing the exact same thing as I was doing it. Okay. Thank you, Grim. You don't even need... Well, the quotations help if there's a space in the name. If someone has spaces in their name, then yeah, you need the quotations. Let's see here. New ship is one of the worst I've seen so far. It's disgusting. Terrible. Got my lifetime sub monthly 500 Zen today. Need to stock up again after I spend it on. Yeah. Getting those expensive bundles can be a bit rough. I just bought, and I think I did this on stream a couple weeks back, but I bought the which mod? The Kelvin Muds bundle. So I got like the Vulcan Experimental Scout Vessel, the Kelvin Timeline Starships, and the Kelvin Destroyers on account unlock now. What kind of monster uses spaces? Quite a few people. Lime, happy birthday. Has to be in this terrible Grim. Imagine if Spencer listed all his inventory, it would crash the exchange and the server. Terrible. I have crashed part of the game before. In the past, when sending out DPS channel invites, I once sent out so many that it crashed the chat server, and the chat server wasn't back up for a couple hours. So ever since then, I try to limit how many invites I do per batch. So instead of inserting a command to do like 1,000 channel invites in one go, I would try to break it up into at most like 500. Because 500 doesn't seem to cause an issue, but like going in and trying to invite, 2,500 people to a channel, that starts to cause issues for the game. Yeah, the pilot one definitely has a lot more value now. A Vulcan ship in the 14th would be nice. Imagine if they just put the Cheval in there on account unlock. That'd be cool, but I don't know what they're gonna do. Are there even 2,500 people playing this? Yeah, the game still has a lot of people. Not that many, and to be honest, most people, are just sitting around like on social maps, just alt tabbed or sitting in zone chat. So like if I look at ESD here, how many people do we have just on ESD? So there's a total of like 10 to 11 instances active right now. Where's a calculator? 34 plus 34. So I mean, just on ESD right now, that's about 360 people just on ESD. Are we getting a free ship next month? Yeah, most likely. The fall seasonal events have given ships away the past couple of years. Well, I know what I should do. There's a Lobby sale right now. I need to get me, that Kellage. Yeah, I need that very rare quality Kellage, right? I know just what to do. I need to go buy some Kellage right now. Okay, that's pretty brutal. I'm not opening anymore. They literally gave me 5 commons instead of. Okay. Act like that never happened. Um as far as if I had to guess, just entirely let me be clear here. Um well, the lighting in here, all the lights are off, but hypothetically, what if it's a Fed ship? Hypothetically. Hypothetically, what if it is a Federation ship? I look, Zor. I know. I thought the Temerian was gonna be coming into the game. I know. The reason for the Temerian is because I was hearing things for a long time. Spencer in the dark, that was terrifying. Yeah. Oh, I've got. Let's see. Oh man, that light is bright. Where's the webcam again? Yeah, I just don't want to deal with the light right now. And the room behind me is a mess. So I've got all these power supply cables out back here. Yeah, it's just a mess in here, so I don't really want to deal with the lighting. Cryptic fired everyone who made non-fed ships? Yeah. Sometimes does feel that way, doesn't it? Grim, so I bought a power supply off of eBay. Um just because I wanted to replace the power supply in my NAS, and I figured I could just use the exact same cables that I had with my original power supply. So I got the exact same model of power supply that didn't have the cables with it off of eBay for like $60. So my main computer has a sleeved cable set from Cable Mod, and I was just going to use the original cables from my original power supply with this new one. But there was like clicking issues that I showed earlier. Yeah, at this point, I'm sort of expecting the Shrike, to still be a lockbox ship. My thoughts are that now it might be shifted to like the January, February lockbox. Maya in the Void, yes. I mean, it was from a reputable seller, so it's not like I'm just buying it from some random person. Where is it? Okay. So, like, I bought this. I made an offer. They countered, and like, the thing is, this is the exact same power supply that I have in my main computer. The exact same. The difference is this one was the unit only. It's used. They tested it, and it was worked fine for them. And I could just use my existing cable set with this power supply. But I got it, and I was experiencing some clicking, which I will show again. Okay, so I just bought this EVGA 1000 G5 off of eBay, and I purchased it because it was cheap, because it did not include the original cable set that came with. However, yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do here, you're going to see I'm going to hit the button on the back, the power supply turns on, but when I hit the power button on the motherboard, it does something. When I go through and I actually try to turn this power supply on, the same cable that I would use traditionally with the one that I already have, I can see that the motherboard is getting power. However, when I actually go and hit the power button, see the issue there. But when I did go through and I used my 24-pin jumper, that I would use for like when I'm filling up my water cooling loop, I did not have that clicking. The power supply just turned on. So, in fact, I can even show that, I think. Here's photos. Okay, so yeah, okay, let's show this. So now to verify that it wasn't, just the and when I turn the power supply on, let's see what happens. Does it still continue that circle there? Turns right on. So when I use the 24-pin jumper, um, the power supply turned on, didn't have that clicking. So I don't know what's going on there. I need to grab another power supply, test it with that motherboard, see if it was that, if it was the power supply that I got, or if it was, or if that motherboard is just like dead. The fans turn on when I use the 24-pin jumper, but when I actually went through and like hooked it up to that motherboard and tried to turn that on, it just kept doing that, like it just kept like starting up and back on and all that. Off and on and off and on real quick. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could try to plug the other cables in and see, but I mean, those cables, the NPCs on New Romulus are dying. What? The thing is, I mean, it's the exact same model, so they should be working. Instance number 2, look at their HPs. I mean, if someone loads back in from some maps, it's possible. I don't know. Try running the cable mod cables. Yeah, I can give that a go. Oh yeah, this one's almost dead. Someone probably loaded back in from like a PFO or something with some like explosive stuff on him or something. I don't know. I'm gonna do another Sompek because I need to do Polaron damage, and I have this Magellan staff, which is just, you know, super OP, right? It's a copy and paste of a 50 Lobby weapon, but they're charging 4 times as much for it just because of the visuals. So that must mean that it's overpowered, right? I am kidding. Please do not actually buy the Magellan staff.
Clavan. Spectators, honored combatants, prepare for the battle. Begin with a skirmish against members of the Alliance.
I bet, Grim. I know you were always a fan of that stuff. Look at how overpowered it is, Grim. So worth 200 Lobby. By the way, 200 Lobby basically is like 30 to 40 bucks.
Ready, warriors. The lightning
So
round begins now.
that's what they're charging for this ground weapon. For a single character.
Personal shield losing power.
Now we'll see how you fare against our enemies.
Flanking damage detected.
I died. Aw. Peak casual gameplay. Jeremy, thank you.
Shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Fighters, prepare yourselves. It is time for the happy round.
OP. I think any crafted weapon would like outperform this or match this performance right now.
It would seem a bigger challenge is in order. So be it!
We did it. I got my Polaron Endeavor done. Sompek was quick.
Cease hostilities! The battle is now complete. You fought with honor, despite the odds. I look forward to watching your next efforts in the arena.
Good job, everyone. I missed some things in chat, so let me tab over and take a look here. Let's see. There's at least 4 variants of a model just in the same year alone, not counting an updated version within the next year. Yeah. Yeah, Matthew, so the power supply that I have in my computer is the exact same model as the one that I bought off eBay. So when I went through and was looking for a power supply on eBay, I was explicitly looking for that exact model that I have. That's what this eBay one is here. Is this is the exact same as the one that I got a couple years ago from Newegg, and I can show that here quick. I can get Newegg to sign in. GA. So yeah, like I have the exact same power supply in my main rig. So I bought this back in 2019, and it is the exact same. Like this eBay one is the exact same model, 1000 G5, the one that I got off eBay, the 1000 G5. So it's, in theory, it should, should be fully compatible because exact same model. They have 2 character artists, and they said it takes months to make a new uniform. Yeah. Megla terrible. I think Sompek is, if you have a good ground build, I think Sompek's going to win. Sompek can be done insanely fast with a good, with like a good ground build. Like if you have, things like Bow Obelisk, Agony Field, a good ground weapon, like you should be able to get through it quite quickly. That Bordicus account in here, that I know that's got to be like Megala trolling, but that is funny. Let's do another 400 rounds in this. Yeah, I do not hate myself enough to do another like 400 round Sompek. 73 elite boxes? Terrible. Still not as many as Triz. Triz's inventory is crazy. May do the arena to test out my Rising kit with all the summer kits I've slotted. Yeah. What do I think of the 3-5 ship? Terrible. Yeah, that there's just no point, you know? Like the rewards just do not scale up to justify that time investment because you are literally spending hours upon hours, you know, doing that at that point. It's just too much work for what you get out of it. Yeah, Dave, honestly, I think that it would be smart on Cryptic's part to start doing the legendary bundles again for the anniversary bundles. Give us like a legendary ship from each faction in the next anniversary bundle or an upcoming one, and then give us, you know, a popular lockbox ship or something in that bundle also to incentivize people to get, you know, to further incentivize people getting the entire bundle. But I think the reason we haven't seen that is because with the 12th and 13th, they have probably seen so much more engagement from people being able to buy the ships on their own that I think that's why we haven't seen like actual legendary bundles for the anniversary events. Ball Obelisk, feature probes, ball lightning, magma. Yeah. Um those all work perfectly fine. I don't use the magmatic deployment or the floor is lava, but the other ones, those are all perfectly fine. I can't really comment on the performance of those other ones. I've never honestly used them. I'm checking the Stowe subreddit, seeing if there's anything going on. Seeing anything new. Floor's lava has a really long cooldown. $34 endeavor points. Waiting for the day that they add in some more space stuff. I truly do not care about filling out the rest of the ground side, so I will let these points just sit there and see if they ever expand the endeavor stuff. Finally, Spencer is not ignoring. Terrible. Would I ever ignore you? Don't answer that. Let's see. What are phaser isomags? 55 mils, the cheapest right now. Do some gambling. And also, let's see, what is the friendship at? I want a friendship class, but I haven't been able to get stuff to sell. I'm not in too much of a rush. I mean, I'm still, you know, mostly focused on trying to deal with these PC issues I've been going through with, so it's not too much of a rush right now. Voltic, how's it going? Not enough balloon spam? No, don't mention that. Let's see, what are DOF packs at today? Deltas are expensive, aren't they? Jeez. Even the Baku ones. It doesn't matter how much a content creator says the ship is bad. At the end of the day, people are still going to go through and pick it up. You know, look at the Kirk class. That was not received that well, and yet people still go crazy about it. Okay, so I bought 9 of these at like... I basically just spent 50 mil on these Baku Doff packs. I'm going to send them over to a different character. The Baku Doff packs have a chance to get crit, the crit Doffs, so... You got the Section 31 Dread Cruiser. Yeah, my issue with that again was that it literally like was the exact same stats basically as the Legendary Gal X, and the Legendary Gal X is 39 bucks in the C store to have an account wide unlock, whereas the Section 31, it was just a matter of the price. Like if it was the same price as the Legendary Gal X or just a little bit more expensive, then sure. But the fact is, it's 3 times the price, and you only get it for a single character. It's a bit rough. It's just the monetization policy in this game. The monetization approach is just so utterly bad. I know Joe and Stowe sent me a message based on something I said earlier in this stream. Apparently, a couple years back, Kale was asked about, why they don't introduce a way for us to just buy, like, make ships account wide unlocks. And Kale's response was we wouldn't like the price that they would ask. But now that, the month stuff has been out for a few years, I don't see why they don't go out and put something out there. Like if it's an epic token, like they know how hard it is to get epic tokens, right? Like if it takes an epic token to make a ship an account wide unlock, or if it takes 2, that's a lot of resources people are burning trying to make their ships account wide unlocks. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't matter how good or bad it is. You gotta have it for the visuals, and I fully understand that. I've done that myself. That's why I got the Temporal Destroyers from the Stealing Time Muds bundles. I mean, that bundle is still, or that ship is still fine, but most people would have taken the coupons. Okay, I need to find a character to open these things up on. Random low-level character, please tell me that there's DOF slots on 12. Yeah, I've heard some of the things about Baldur's Gate there, and it's just... that is not something that I probably ever really mess around with, but I know a lot of people are very excited about it. Yeah. I need a character with DOF slots. Why is this such a problem? Yeah, I saw the 5800X 3D is pretty cheap right now. My computer that I'm currently using has a 5900X, and then the new motherboard, processor, RAM that I got over there, that's got a 7950X in it. So processor wise, I'm happy with what I have. It's just a matter of the graphics card having issues, and then the what looks like the motherboard potentially having issues for that AM5 setup. Yeah, I claimed the free upgrade. Yeah, I don't understand. Like legitimately, I don't understand why at this point they don't have it set up so that you could make a ship an account wide unlock by using like an epic token on it. Because for those of us that have been around a long time, these epic tokens are pretty useless. Like I have every ship in the Epic store, or the Epic tab of the Phoenix store. Like I have all of those from playing back at that point of the game. I would like to have something else to be able to use those on coupon, or the the tokens on, but right now Cryptic just doesn't seem to have any interest. And I know the monetization side, they still want people to be buying Muds bundles, but if if veteran players have an additional reason to go in and whale out opening Phoenix packs, if they told me, if they made an announcement that you could go through, starting sometime in the future, use Epic tokens to make a ship and account wide unlock, I would be wailing out. I would probably dump like $100 in, rip open a bunch of Phoenix packs. I'd be trying to farm as many Epic tokens as possible. Like, I just don't understand why they're not doing that. It's a monetization approach that they just haven't capitalized on. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly whales that are willing to buy the same ship 10 times. I mean, I've done that myself in the past. But at this point, I literally I only open things on a single character. I don't play most of my other characters anymore. I think it's too expensive. Even for me, all the stuff that all the lock boxes I open, I think it's too expensive. I don't think I got a single crit off out of that. Oh, is this? Yes, I did. I did actually get one. I got a purple ADF crit severity. Okay, I need to donate some DOFs to my fleet here. I got my money back out of that. In fact, I made quite a bit. Donating to fleet projects is still a little bit of a pain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete these commons and uncommons. It's just faster. By the way, for any of you ever working on like a recruit character, I know over on console right now, the temporal recruit's active. If you're trying to do the part where you have to level up some duty officer commendations, the recruitment one is one of the easiest ones to go through and immediately level up to rank 4 because discarding duty officers gives you recruitment XP. So the only thing is the DOF has to be in your roster and not in overflow, but that is something you can do to get that done a bit faster. Okay, so I spent 50 million on those DOF packs. What is this very rare energy crit severity DOF worth? Again, this is a KDF one, so I have to keep that in mind on the market. KDF one, 250 mil. So a nice 5x right there. I'm gonna put it up for 240. I don't know if it'll sell, but if it does, that's a nice return. 8 T6X unlocked account, yeah. Justin, it looks like it might be for the Star Trek Day stuff they're doing. Yeah, Trace, yeah, that would be nice. I don't know. Well, the thing is, Robo, I don't know if this new power supply was actually manufactured in a different year. I guess that's something I could probably go check. In fact, let me... I can't see the serial number on the one in my computer, but I do have it registered on EVGA, so let me check my products there, and then I'll just compare the serial numbers. A second here. I literally got this thing right on the desk next to me, so... let's see. Yeah, it looks like they were made... I'm assuming the first two numbers on the serial number are the year, followed by the month and then the day would be my guess. And if that's the case, it does look like this this EVGA power supply is 2 years newer than my one in my computer, so it looks like this one may have been made in 2021, whereas the one in my computer was made in 2019. However, according to like EVGA stuff, they should still have the exact same cables because EVGA uses the same cable, like the same cable stuff along or for many of their different products. So like if you go to their website and you want to order a cable set, like these are the exact same cables that you would get with the power supply, and you could see like they're supposed to be compatible, you know, on basically all of their PSUs. So there should be, and I would imagine that there shouldn't really be an issue with me using the original cables with this new power supply because EVGA uses the same layout for all their PSUs. I mean, I can try the cable mod ones, but I'll have to take a look at that later. Um, I need to step away for just a couple minutes. I will be back. So be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. What? Chat went quiet? What? Fake news. No. I just had to step away for a minute. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. I know it's terrible. I had to step away. Picard, how's it going? No permission to leave granted? I know, terrible. How many discard DOS would it take? It's going to depend. And you can also get like CXP bonus pools, which will help you quite a bit when working on your accommodations. Like, apparently these are really expensive right now. Is that? Oh yeah. So the reason the CXP bonus pools, the reason these things are so expensive, is because they're not included in the Infinity Lockbox. If from what I remember, am I going crazy? I'm pretty sure they're not. So yeah, I think the only way to get the CXP bonus pools is to open the non-Infinity Lockboxes. I'm gonna have to look this up because I feel like I'm going crazy. STO wiki. Infinity. Pretty sure they're not. Yeah, they're not listed there as under the bonus pool category. So yeah, that's the reason these CXP bonus pools are so expensive, is because you have to open non-Infinity Lockboxes to get them. Why is this? I need to turn notifications off. Just turn off notifications. There we go. Yeah, you could buy them in the Phoenix store, yeah. Yeah. But the big ones, like the 20Ks and the 10Ks, those are just from good old lockboxes. What are these? What, I know the space crit doffs are expensive, but what about the ground ones? What are these at right now? Security. I don't know if most people know that these things even exist. There's ground crit doffs, just like there are space ones. And the KDF one is 155 million. I'll do 140 and see if that sells. Yep, indeed. Yeah, everyone grab the free T6X token. It's going to be there for the next 21 days, I think. The utility of them is that they sell for a lot, and I get a lot of EC from them, Grim. You don't need them, but it's a whale option. Let's rip open a couple more a couple more lockboxes. Am I lagging out? What's going on here? Net. Is the stream lagging? No, it's just Stowe. Okay. Just Stowe doing Stowe things. It's ESD. ESD is notorious for being laggy. Oh, for sure, Graham. Yeah, Stowe would never lag. I'm lagging? What? On the contrary, there's no drop frames. This is just snow. Indeed, Kurt. It is impossible for it to be a snow problem. You just had to get off ESD. And then I forgot to put the EC in my bank. Oh no. All that load time and I forgot. Time for some more gambling. I don't have a problem. That's terrible. Why is the account bank still at 1 billion? I don't know. ISOMAG tour is terrible. I'm gonna have to be bailing out here shortly. I started at like 1. I've been going for 2.5 hours, and I know people are needing help around the house with things, so I'm gonna be bailing out. Amazon server, I know, terrible. We're not getting a Stargate reputation. I mean, I would like that, but that's never going to happen. Something sell. Oh, something did sell on this character. Oh, that's great. A couple things sold. Long time ago. A month ago, and I just have never logged into this character since. Yes. Okay, I've got some weapon packs to open on this character quick. We've got a simulated beam, then safe galaxy beam also. Nope, I got screwed over on those. Okay, back to the other character. Hatak, yeah. Yeah, P90. That'd be cool. But I mean they'll never do that. The Tommy gun is the closest you will ever see. Yeah, eventually what I think would be ideal is someone finds a way to like mod in visuals, like a different ship visual. Like imagines like a mod that someone does where they import like the data list from Stargate. Like that would be cool. I don't know how feasible something like that would be, but that would be neat if someone managed to get something like that working. That's what I call disappointment right there. And that is why you should never open lockboxes in Star Trek Online, because the drop rates are horrendous, and the pity system is quite a bit of a joke. Terrible. Okay, I need to bail out for today. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. I'll have a news video out. I don't know. Do I get it done tonight or do I wait for tomorrow? Just to see if there's any like flash sale that pops up. I don't know. I'll get a news video out in the next day or so. And then there'll be another stream on Saturday, and then after that, I don't know. So thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all around. Take care.